Okay, page Tzadik Zion. So in the middle of started talking about the Shem Havai Shebachol Echad Ve'echad Mi'Yisrael. He spoke about, and he started talking about the four madrigas of the neshama, which is Ta'iri, Barasa, Tzartan, and Fachta. Ta'iri, Barasa, Tzartan, and Fachta, the four madrigas. That's the Medrash says the nefesh, roach, neshama, neshama, the neshama. So neshama, the neshama, that is the etzem and nefesh that's lamayla, and that is re'ir belikus. That's why it's mashpia on our avodah here. So let's start again in the middle of something. Page Tzadik Zayin, Shor Matzchelas, Mizen Nasa Yiseres Shur. V'hainu, Eretzem HaNeshama Yibchin Yitzchir B'mamash B'Likus. Eretzem HaNeshama Yeder Eden, V'chein HaNeshama Sag Voice, the higher level Neshama is Yesh B'mamsh Yitzchir B'Likus, Shazam Shesh HaNeshama Da'atzilus. They have a real Likus even in this world. Kol Echad Ve'echad B'chin Yitzabir Shema B'Tamadas HaMusik. Every Eid has that aspect of the etzem and the shama. That's the bittul shema metav das amusik. Every Eid there's a bittul. V'atoikev shvenefesh mitzor she'ein yachal liyis epechotz na'elin. That's the strength that every neshama has. They can't do against the Eivash's will. Masha hotz na'elin and nimshal the b'chol leiv and nefesh. Anything that the hotz na'elin, the Eivash's interest and the will. He's every hotz he's drawn to it with b'chol leiv and nefesh, his entire being. That's not a result of tam vadas, of understanding and knowledge, of hisbonenus and contemplation of b'seres havira. That's a result of the avodah, because he's misbonen and the havira. That's why he doesn't want separate. We're talking at a different level. So essentially, without thinking, without feeling, it just can't be against the likus. The shirish and the shama shiroi, most of the likus are biskashas and the likus. Shirish and the shama is in a state of that sees the likus. We made it connected to likus. Mizeo shabo and the shama l'ishlamata she'ein yachlis nifon likus. That's why the shama l'mata cannot be separate. When nimshal likus v'kim mitzvos ter mitzvos. That is, like it says in the Bible, was the guy of shiur. Now, Eid nicht stabil, nicht kann sein abgerissen von Likus. Eid be'etzem he cannot disconnect from Likus. The gam, another aspect, which is it's a little it's a split. It's a little more subtle. There's also another aspect that there's a bittul anachas atzmusa. The person's the lack of ego, the containment of his ego. Is in a state that he just put himself aside as be'etzem ha-bottle dikkur. He puts aside his individual, physical, natural drives and interests and desires. It's all bottled to the Hotz Na'elim, Pnei Shu bottle be'etzem. Zeh ma shekosu, there's another remez in the pasuk. Ma shekosu, zeh ma shekosu, maskeles nezochi. The pasuk in Tehillim, maskeles nezochi. So these three words, maskeles nezochi, have a remez. The remez is, eisen of his maskel, mokar seichel, and of his chochma. Maskil, the way he explains it here, the remez in the pasuk, maskil is the mokar seichel, and of his chochma. The Eisen mashmoy, why is maskil Eisen? Eisen means kosher. Eisen means strong. And it's chazek ma'oid b'chol echad ve'echad mipnei shezeu me'etzem haneshama. So kosher means that it's strong, it's unwavering. Gam pirush kosher, it's strong because it comes from etzem haneshama. Gam pirush kosher sha'atekiv sheb'neshama sh'lalis nifrim elikus. This I'm not sure what he's saying. In other words, what is the two madrigas here? There's strong. There's like hard and strong. When she calls of Kiam Kshe'er for Vesalachta, Pasuk says Kiam Kshe'er for Vesalachta, so Chassidus says Pshat, Shazel Mal Shem Kshe'er, Shalilis Chas Eva Chas V'Shal Melikus, Eden have this akshonis, this stubbornness, to not be not be against the likus, to not. So that gives them the strength to withstand anybody who is trying to prevent them from connecting to the likus. So וכתב הערך למה פני הכושר שזה מפני מציאות מציאות שזה יוכל לעמוד נגד כל דבר. So interestingly, it says it on one hand, it means strong. Something is strong, so you can move it. But then there's the opposite. Kosher also means beetle. Beetle is the opposite of strong. Beetle means that he doesn't have any ego. So this, it brings a marshal that when it says in Pasuk, says in Pasuk, Sof Pashas Va'era, Va'achita v'akusemes lo ki afiles eina. Because they're soft, something that's strong, when you hit it very hard, it falls. But something that's soft, it absorbs the hit and it continues. It's the opposite. So because if it's soft, it doesn't break. It just absorbs the hit and goes continuous. So that's an interesting kvetch. That's beetle. So now it tells in Yiddish. He explains what it means in psychological, I don't know, in more nafshis terms. Because he, in other words, he's okay with not expressing his ego. He can stand against anything. The end result is that his opposition is nullified, is misbattled, and he stays where he is. So we have two pirushim in Eisen. One is lashon kosher, and one is lashon kosher means one is beetle, one is kosher. Not sure exactly how it works in the words. Eisen. But gam Eisen, there's another remez in the word Eisen. Gam Eisen is lashon yosher. Eisen means old. Old means very. Not something new, but something old. What's meant this? Come on, there's a marker to that. The pasuk says, "Vayikol el hamelech shleimah." Vayerach ha'Isonim. Things after of Simchas Torah, after Sukkot. So it says, "Vayikol el hamelech shleimah vayerach ha'Isonim." Chodesh Tishrei is called Yerach ha'Isonim. What does a Isonim mean? So what are the Targumim? The Targum says, "B'yachad datikaya." That in the olden days, it was the first month, because Tishrei was the first month till the Eibishter says Chodesh hazeh b'reish chodashim. After Matan Torah, Chodesh hazeh b'reish chodashim. But until then, in the olden days, then Tishrei was the first month. So that's what the Targum translates. There is sonim datikaya, the old. We just take out one concept from this Targum. That the word is sonim means old, atikaya. We're on the bottom of page 39. What meant us is sonim? It's another remez. But shanisham is eina mechodosh v'sham anivoy. The rest of nivoyim are new. New means they didn't exist and then they came into existence. The neshama is they're old. What does old mean? It says, first it says, there's a pasuk, there's a medrash to prove that. Im melach v'mshlachta yoshel sham. That's a pasuk in I don't remember. Kehelis or Mishle. It says in Mamela Malachta Yochel Sham says the medrash b'minim l'b'chasem shel tzaddikim. The neshama shel tzaddikim, but they're all the way before creation. It means they're supposed that's like it's a matter of speech. They're old. Can you see me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, because okay. The chol anivoim gam alochi mechudosh. Gam alochim mechudoshim. Yeshem b'sheni v'sheni v'shem v'chamish. It says in Rashi, there's a machlekes when the malachim created the second day of creation, the fifth day of creation, but they're mechudoshim. Even malachim, which are spiritual beings, they are also mechudoshim. But the sham ba'ark yisavus imchnas hadibu. The creation of malachim is the madrega of dibu. It says in pasuk ke'elet eis ladaba ve'es lachas miladaba. Dibu is something that's not constant. Sometimes he's quiet and sometimes he speaks. So the fact that he speaks is a chiddush. Hashem can Yisrael all of machshava. Yisrael is madrik machshava. Pershal machshava and machshava do with the act. So machshava is something that never cease to think. So you can't say eis lachshav, eis lei lachshav. You always think. Machshava meshaytet the stomach. So b'meila when you say it's all of machshava, that's a remez. The fact that the shamas Yisrael are their source, the sherish is higher than all creation. All the rest of the creation is chodoshim. Hadoshim. In the shamas are yishonim. It's Eisa. Zero Eisa Lashon Yosh. So we said a few pirushim in the concept of Eisa Ezrach. Going back to in the concept of Eisa. Going back to our pasuk. Is masculine Ezrach. So what does masculine Ezrach mean? Shelo osid yo izach v'yo madrigazu. Because Ezrach, that says in the Maimarim of Sukkot, that Ezrach means what is the Ezrach means? not the simple meaning Ezrach citizen. Ezrach means Lashon Zricha. Ezrach means I will shine, which is future tense. You say Ezrach shelo osid izach v'yo madrigazu. So when is masculine going to shine la'osid love? The oz is God upon his ariyah the neshama, which goes to ke'ayin ba'ayin iu ze yeh limad ater the Mashiach upon his ariyah samaus kanayda zeu yud the shem havai shem nefesh and upon his abitul dechach. So we spent a very long time, elaborated by Arichos. We started saying that the four madregas and the neshama are connected the four oisias of shem havai. So the connected ois yud is the neshama li neshama, which means the way neshama is in atzilus, and in practical terms, the etzem neshama, which gives us the bittul, the strength, and that's what's going to be male asid love. So that's we finished explaining why the way the neshama has the yud of shem havai.
But that's Chaya Yechida in the future.
Yeah. It's but Chaya Yechida. Neshama li neshama.
It's going to be shown. It's going to be revealed.
I'm sorry. What?
But in Chaya Yechida in future, it's going to be. They're going to be coming through. They're going to be shining through.
Right. What is the hey? Who Indian Asaga is better to do so. That's the law madrega. That's already Asaga is better. Understanding and contemplation of those and so. The Gamsha call echad ve'echad yeshpenes Yud Shem Havai yeshpenes bitl atzmi. It's true that every Yid has this madrega we spoke before. The Yud, which is the bitl atzmi, but that's not enough. We also need to have the chinas eisha Asaga. Is beinen beinen alikili is muslim nikol namayche. Person has to be his beinen godliness in a way that it's captured and absorbed in his mind. His bonus is in the concept that I'm near Vayla Shanisi, the Eivishter did not change. Now the Eibishter is the same before the creation, after creation. Ki nishakla kol because everything is a whole. The Eibishter himself didn't change. Isa in a mile. What do we need a saga? We already had the highest level of bit. Isa in a mile. What is the advantage? Because that's something that we can capture in our mind and in our entire nefesh in an internalized way. Chachma is in a way that it's above grasp. Yesh Maila b'Chachma because a bitl shmadei gavoy v'nali such as a bitl atzmi. There's also Maila in Chachma, the bitl atzmi. It's a deeper level of bitl. But Nishat Sheni, it's not tfisa. It's not something that you can relate to in a way that you can digest and understand. So basically, both in a way that we need both. She has sogabalikus. We must have a sogabalikus. It's beinus and using our mind. וגם is a bitl the chachma, שזה השמר הסוגה והביטל שבו. We also need a chachma, which is a shemer hasaga. It ensures that the hasaga is in the proper way. The Kamoish and the Kudasas called shemer hasaga shall be the hakalasik, which goes back to Macher. So it brings in another point. It says in Sidus based on Kabbalah also that it says Nekuda Beichala, that the chachma, the spheres of chachma is considered the what do they call it? Shemeres. It watches and saves, prevents the asaga shouldn't go in the wrong direction. You have the Papa Beetle. I mean, we always know that that in order to ensure that the hasaga, the understanding, should not go in the wrong direction, we need always to be connected to the ear of Chachma. So that's the way it is in the intellectual side of it. The same thing is in the beetle. The commotion is as culture as saga came to the beetle the chachma shem as saga the saga the gives in this beetle. So we need the chachma needs to ensure that the izboina should not go in the wrong direction, should be in the state of beetle. Shloima, so he goes a little discussion of that aspect itself. Shloima kishkos makamacher dalidei a beetle and neshama. A bit later than the Shama, Mishum Zekalas Agoisem Batay Bailo Delikus. In other words, if a person will lack this beetle, the Chachma, then his mind, when he contemplates, he can wander, it can go into the wrong direction. He can think about other things. He can think about questions, he can think about issues that he has. Because the bit of Chachma is always in control, in that makes it ensures that the izboinus goes in the right direction. That it's only teva ilvelikus. Derab das darei kosav. And that brings them from the Torah a different way to understand it. Derab darei kosav. Lizboinel la'amik. That's the lashon of the Torah. Lizboinel la'amik b'gdos Hashem. K'fi ashayat sichle v'roach b'nosim agas v'libot leilov. First this is boinen, and then libot leilov l'dovko himself never mamish v'neschach m'shlam v'taz hamus. So over there it's mashma that first you have the bina, and then you reach the bittul. So that's a different way we say here. But here we say that the bittul is the one that is shemer the bina. Yeshleima, if you say Yeshleima, so he says that the Torah talks a different way of how we need an avoid the both parts, the bittul of Chachma and the asaga of bina. He says really it means a third level. You have das that they come after the asaga. Das v'akor b'inyan. Come here. Let's click on this come. Das v'akor b'inyan. Shakor ikiloi. the Akora is Ki'ilu I'm a Chikosu, but the Masa Vaikach Yaakov Maka leave 9 Ches. So he reminds us of we learned a few more ago in my Pashas Kiseitse. Whole Arichas that Yaakov is Midas Hadas. So we learn all Arichas. Yaakov feels that Das is the Akora. We come to the Akora after the Havana. We come to the level of Akora. We recognize the truth. Kiloi. והוא בעניין המוסק, והיינו שהקורא כפי שהשיג את העניין מבחינת בינה שבנפש פה. So if you ask me, looks like there's a Chatzi Eagle missing here, because it started in page, not in page, in top, it says, so there's a beginning of a parenthesis, and there's no end. I think the end should be here, because here we finished the hay over here. So what do we say? So we said there's two. There's the Yud and the Hey. The Yud is the Bittul, the Chochma, the Etzem HaNefesh, the take of the Etzem HaNefesh. The Hey is the Bina, the Isbaina, the Tfisa, the capture. That's not just above you. We need both. So you explained a few aspects how we need both. One of them is that the Bittul of Chochma ensures that the Isbainas of Bina should not go in the wrong direction. Then he bought from the Maimah, from the Torah, and not the opposite view almost, that through the Asaga we reach a deeper level in the Akor of Chacham, the Akor of Das, which is similar to Chacham. So that's a few ways how the Yud and the Hey operate together. Vav the Shem Avaye, what is the Vav? Meshakosov does not brings another puzzle. Tzedakah kanachal Esan. We just said Esan means all these great things, Yoshan, Teikef, Bittel. There's another passage when you get to Esan says it's Tzedakah kanachal Esan. The Tzedakah is compared to a Nachal Esan. Pirush Nachal Esan. What is Nachal Esan? A river of Esan is Pashas Prunas Esan Midas Shevalev. The masculine Esan, that's the way the Esan is in the Etzem HaNefesh. But Nachal is a river. What does a river do? It takes the water and it flows. The water flows and it widens. The water flows, expands, which means that this Eson should reach the Midas Shevalev. Then the latest Midas is bonus. The creation, the birth of the feelings is a result of these bonus. That's the Alaway's of Chassidus. Tanya is about it. That Midas is a result of his bonus. How do you come to the right level of feelings if it's a result of perception, of understanding, contemplation? At the same time, at what point do you reach the level of Midas, the real emotions, only when the intellectual aspect is hidden? Because we learned that if a person is busy with intellectual analysis, he's too detached. He cannot reach the stage of real feelings. Feelings are only coming into play after the Meichin are hidden. Could do it again. Okay, because at that stage his Meichin are hidden, so he feels stronger than Midas. He feels his emotion. He feels a strong emotion of Ava or Simcha or any emotion. The Meile Yochel is Mizachiz. When the person is in a state of emotion, that could be achiza is a term that Chassidus Kabbalah uses. Achiza Chitzani means that the evil powers could have some kind of grasp and get their unique from that state. he gets into the discussion. The Zelm is like in the Eberster created the world in a way that things parallel each other. That umas share zayin midas sois. That umas parallel to the to this Shevev Zayin Midas of the Nefesh Elikis, there's also Zayin Midas Sois. There's 7 Midas, emotions, feelings that are evil, negative. So what does it mean? And what is the Achiza? Because there's so when the person is in a state of Ava the Kedusha, is too overwhelmed by the Ava the Kedusha. It's all about love. So that can spill into Avadelumas. What is it call it? Avazora. It's because in the state of love, so he forgets the parameters. He could forget the parameters, and it can spill over into Avazora, into foreign type of love. Omnom then brings in the second Kabbalah. He said Abba Orich. That he said Abba Orich means that the Abba was his Chachma, which is the beetle. So it means is communication abilities, or it's long it can reach below. So the male it shines even when the asaga. We just said the analysis, the understanding is hidden already. But the side Abba, the Abba, the Chachma, the bit of Chachma reaches even further than the asaga. The male. שיש ביטל, אז with the chachmas lo yimamid shurinik and shlo yimamid office. So as he's saying is like this, that the saga, the intellectual understanding and analysis creates the feeling, but after it creates it, it has to be hidden. Because if you would be busy with intellectual analysis, you'll never feel it, your feelings are not going to be developed. So in order for the feeling to be a full development, the intellectual part has to be hidden, but the chisaron is intellectual part is hidden. It could be a unique. So how do you prevent that? It's because they said it's so the higher madriga, it's above the asaga, which is the chachma, the bittul, that has to reach him, has to stay with him. Or means something that reaches very far. It's long. It reaches very fast. It reaches all the way to in the midas, even after the asaga is hidden, and that ensures there should be no unique. What is actually in simple terms it means yes, bitl atzmi the chachma, the person, the intellectual analysis is already he forgot, not he forgot, it's hidden at this stage of emotion. But the bitl atzmi the chachma is still with him. The mela that ensures that the ava, the kedusha should not spill over into ava zor. The zayin and nachal eisen. So that's ma'umas in the words nachal eisen. Lahamsha pchinas a bitl the chachma ba'amidas. That the eisen is nachal. It flows like a river all the way into the midas. It's tzedakah is the meat. Tzedakah means the goodness, the kindness, which is like part of the midas. So again, so now it came to that's the ois vav. So ois vav is just the midas because the shisha midas. But the Eisvav Shem Havaya, that's the midas which contain within them the gilui of the chachma, of the bik. Ve'yachreina, what is the he'yachreina in the nefesh? He'yachreina of Shem Havaya, zeu pchinas malchus peter shebal bakarina. So he'yachreina means it brings from Pasach Eliyahu. Malchus pe teresh bekarino. What's meant this? So he goes into a little discussion that will understand what it means. The development and the explanation and the elaboration of mitzvahs is dafka teresh pe. Learn from bread, v'pota in yoni, various details that we learn in Teresh Peh. Because there's so much such a huge quantity of details in Teresh Peh, so we can forget. Well, the Marshal Shalomet Gemara in Bershash Tesis. Person, when he says Yachal Lishkayach Techna Machov, it doesn't mean they can forget because there's so much. I'm sorry, that's not the point. The point is because he gets so overwhelmed by the details, he can forget the point. Techna Machoven, like it says, there's an expression from so many trees, you can't see the forest. You can't see the forest for the trees. You know, they get so boggled down by the details, you can forget what is the point of the whole picture. So brings a marshal. Shalemet Gemara in Pershasha v'Teisus. A person learns Gemara and learns the Rasha, the Teisus. V'im kol zeh yochali shaliyeda nekudas emes. But because he's so busy deciphering the details, figuring out exactly what Rashi says, what Teisus says, what is the argument, so he misses the point of the whole Gemara. It's an interesting example. V'losh nach Chassidus hu, then he brings a Chassidus, it's another expression. Sheberi v'arichus. Again, Gemara, it means, Nekudas Emes means he missed the point of the Gemara. You learn the Gemara is a Shakavatari. And then you learn the Rashi and Teisus and Tzedus agreement. So from concentrating the details, he may miss the core content that the Gemara is trying to teach you. That's one thing. But he says now Pichsidus means deeper level. Because the person is too busy with all the pilpulim. In the Lochas Gashmi, and that's not there. So you can forget what Torah is. Torah is not just a collection of laws, with intricate hair splitting, the differences between various dinim, what this means, what that means. Really, what's the real issue? Really, it's nice not there. So from concentration in the details, you can forget the nice not there. But just like he said earlier when he get to the midas, that he must have the shema, the asa, the bitl atzim of chachma, to ensure that the ava of the midas should not spill into the ava zora, the ava kedusha should not spill the ava zora. It's similar when it comes to hay. The hay represents, he said it very remezdik. So in other places, the text says a little more explicitly. So hay means the kayach hadibo, basically. Midas. So again, so we have the chachma, which is the bittul, bin is the seichel, the vav is the midas, and the hay is the kayach hadibo. What does kayach hadibo mean for a Jew? Torah shebal peh, that he learns. So the learning can be chas v'shalom in a way that he forgets the nice nater. He can learn all the intricate halachas and machlekes vash and tesis, etc. But he doesn't. He's missing the point. In order for that to ensure that he doesn't forget the nekudas emes and the nice nater, that we need the bittul the chachma leida a savai brim the ter v'yeda shachmas eritzayin. They constantly, the nekudas chachma reminds them that there's all what he learns. It's really chachma chachmas eritzayin shal Kadosh Baruch Hu. Zeu inyan amshachas from the smeichen pnimin, that amshachas from the bittul the chachma she'gam ba'amidas the basic ater shal peh v'azay la'ir b'yem yachidus achitzayin. So only when there is amshacha of the meichen pnimi, which is the bittul of chachma, that's when you ensure there's no achidus achitzayin. Okay. It's interesting how he got to this point, almost ba'avlo, because the beginning of if you remember, the beginning of the Maimer, he spoke about ashlesh advarim ha'elam ha'emet, and what for Chassidus, that means the amshacha of meichen, that in order for the olam, which is the midas, to stand strong, to be sustained, we need amshach of meichen. So now he spoke about how this is the shema vaysh of galechad v'echad soul. So he had this point of the keiches pnimi, what does it call it? Meichen pnimi. The amshach of the meichen pnimi, in each, the yud is the meichen pnimi itself. The yud is nimshach in the hay, nimshach in the vav, nimshach in the second hay. So that's the amshach of the keiches pnimi. V'zeu Amar HaKadosh Baruch Now he's taking us back to the beginning of the Maim. That's the meaning of the Chassidish Pshat in the Maim Chazal, in the Gemara Brachos, that Kol Oisek B'Teir, read L'Teir, B'Gmus Chasodim, U'Mispalim HaTzibur, Kilo B'Da'ani Oisi V'Ezbonim Bein HaMasayil. Real L'Bonim. Okay. HaKadosh Baruch Hu Zod HaAtzilus Ch'Nesamidus, HaKadosh Baruch Hu Zod HaAtzilus Ch'Mitz, U'Bono V'Im Neshamas Yisroel, Shekol Minei Melachim, Ch'Nes Malchus. So, Leo L'Bonim, Oisi V'Ezbonim really means the remez of Zoh and Malchus. But the Ani B'nei Umois, what does the Ani mean? The Ani mean, he redeemed me, Shaloi Iya Chas V'Shalom V'Achizah B'nei Zoh Malchus. The clippers, the Koyach Sachitzayim should not have any Achizah, any unique of Zoh Malchus. וזה פרדה בשלם נפשי שלם זה יותר גמח עצמם הציב עבוד העבודה שעל ידי זה בדעני הייתי וזבון לפני מחר שלא יהיה בהם שום אחיז. It almost feels like he cut short the answer. So he just got back to the answer of the first of the question at the beginning of the Maimon. All right, let's learn the Maimon again. Hopefully better grasp of it. Okay, we go back to page static base. Start the Maimon zum zweiten Mal.
Sorry, it looks like he didn't really go into the Kabbalah, even though now he did, but
yeah,
in a way, I don't know.
In a way, he only chose to concentrate on certain aspects of this discussion.
Right.
I mean, we find it in various places in Chassidus, such things, but in this moment, it's a little more boiled. So basically, the Gemara says that in this pasuk, that the three parts of Avodas Hashem that pale l'mayla kaviyachol p'diya. Pada b'shalom b'de'ani li l'banim ben umas. I mean, the pasuk Pada b'shalom nafshav David HaMelech said it, right? But the way the Medrash said, the way the Gemara says that the Eibishter is saying it. Li l'banim. Nafshi means the Eibishter himself. Pirish Rashi. So Rashi explains how do we find in this pasuk these three things: Torah, Gemach, and Salam Atzivur. Torah, number one, Torah nichas shalom. Torah itself is peace. That's Pada b'shalom nafshav. Peace means Torah means shalom. So it brings another Ra'im Chazal. It says in pasuk, O yachzik b'ma'uzi. Yasa shalom li shalom yasa li. I think that's a pasuk in Yeshaya. So the pasuk twice shalom says the Gemara in Sanhedrin kol ha'isek b'Torah meisim shalom amale shomata v'ane shomata shalom v'ane shomaylo shomalo and shomato. So we see that Torah is connected to shalom. So that's Rashi explained why the Gemara says kol ha'isek b'Torah, because the word shalom is Torah. What are Gemach? Gemach kamkin shalom. Chasodim is also peace. That's pretty obvious. When you give charity and you're being charitable and giving, kind, that creates peace. Okay. So these two things of shalom as maram is these two parts of Torah and Chasodim. Now, what do we have in Shalom at Tzibur? That's the second half of the pasuk. Rabim hoyi modi. Rabim means the Tzibur. So that's Rashi in the Gemara. In Gimel Dvorim Anal, these three concepts, objects of Torah, Hein Gimel Dvorim Shneimah b'Mishnah Dovas. So these are the same three things that the Mishnah mentions that speaks about in Pirkei Avos. Al shloisha dvarim elamay milot Torah v'avodah gemach. Through the three ways of Avodas Hashem, which is Torah, Avodah, which we'll explain later. Avodah means both Karbonos and Tefillah. Ugnas Chasodim Olam Oimed. He jumps right into Chassidish Pshat. What does Olam Oimed mean? See, but interesting how he jumps into right away into Chassidish Pshat. Eigentlich Haidei Gimel Dvarim Ha'ela Toiva Vayel Lekoivov. Pasuk in Eicha. Toiva Vayel Lekoivov. The Eibishter is good to those who hope for him. Lashon Tikva. Hainu, but then there's another remes. Koivov is not only tikva, and shamamshichim oisei is bar with base kavi. The word koivov is also marames. It's a little more than a remes because kavin, in the sense, okay, kavin is also find it in Tanakh also. The expression kavin is a line. The Eibishter is drawn, is pulled down the base kavin. Two ways. Who? That is the concept, that the Indian of Amshachas Amoichen B'Midas. That's the meaning of Olam Oimed. What is Olam Oimed? Is a remes. Olam, the word Olam is Marames of the Madrega of Zozeir Anpin, because that's Olam, the Olam Hatzilus. But Amidas of Kiyum Olam Amshachas Amoichen B'Hem. That says in Kabbalah that the midas v'kiyum of Zoh are Zoh Zeir Anpin, the midas of Zoh, how they sustained through the Amshach of Meich. Kosov, there's another pasuk to Rames that Sheik of Amudei Sheish Misodim Aladnei Poz. Pasuk in Shashirim talks about the Eibishter. It says Sheikov his legs, Amudei Sheish, the pillars of Sheish. Again, it's a Sheish, and I think Sheish means in this passage it was like Shaish. I think that's what it means. When you study Maladne Paz, which it stands on Adonim and stands of gold, that's the simple meaning. But obviously here we're talking about the Chassidish Pshat. Amudei Sheish, the word Sheish is Maravis and the Shishim Midas. He's studying Maladne Paz in Amoich. And the Misodim, their foundation is the Adnei Paz, just like the Koshim is standing on Adonim. So they also stand on Adnei Paz, which is the Meich. The Lamaila, then he brings another point. The Lamaila Eine Kamei Lamata. He brings what he learned in the Maim of Aita Esha, like we'll say in a minute. The Lamata, in our experience, Lamata in this world, I saw the Lamata Mabinyan. The foundation is below the building. In the spiritual world, which is really obvious that the perspective of the is that the higher you are, that's the foundation. We learned it earlier in the Maim of Aiteish. See, so he jumped from one topic to the other. But the key point you have to remember is that there's something called the Olam Oimed. Olam is so that the midas need a special energy to be sustained, and that energy is called Amshachas Amoichen B'Midas, and that's done through the Shlosh Dvarim. What he's going to say soon. That's the entire Kabbalah explains that the entire Avodas Hashem is lahamshich meichin. We mamshich from the madrega of meichin shalamaylo in the mitzvah. That's what says in Peretz Chaim. That's the ikar avodah. The Rebbe says la'orim ha'akdomas Peretz Chaim, which means the entire Akdama of the Peretz Chaim, the Akdama, the introduction to the book Peretz Chaim, discusses that the Ikar Avodah is the Inyan Amshachas Amoich. Then the Rebbe also zeichens Shah Tikra Chatzois Shom, which is Shom. I guess in the Peretz Chaim, Shah Tikra Chatzois also talks about it. Va'ikarum, they said in Meichin Gufa, there's a Madregas in Meichin. The Ikar, the ultimate Avodah is l'amshach v'esmechem pnimim v'atzmi. not stam l'amshich meichin, no eigentlich meichin pneim v'atzim. It's a higher level of meichin. Because makam macher behabiu the tzidkas v'zayin. In the Maimor of tzidkas v'zayin explains the concept of meichin atzim. The amshach is meichin midas, and what happens when the amshach is meichin midas? Lo yesh inikas achitzayim ma'amidas. We just learned it in the end of the Maimor. It starts in the beginning, the same concept. That in order to prevent the inikas, he calls it in the end of the Maimor, calls it achiza. Here he calls it inika. In order to prevent that the chitzayim, that the negative energies should derive any energy from the Gdusha, from the Midas the Gdusha. So we need exactly what we just mentioned before. That the person is all emotional without the control of his moichin. It can be it can spill over into negative energy, into negative territory. There's a pasuk actually to prove this point that midas can never be a source of inikas haritzayin. Because the pasuk says in Mishle, lo yachbetz ksil b'svuno, the fool doesn't want understanding. Fool in this, obviously in this shot in the pasuk means the one who is chitzayim, the one who is outside of the realm of dusha. So he doesn't want tvuna kim izgalas liver. The only thing he wants is emotions. So that means that the emotions can give a nika to the ksil. The Amshachas HaMoichin prevents this achiza, this inika of the chitzayim.
But libo meaning what? So what's it?
The expression of his emotions. Without tvuna, without the intercontrolling it. The ksil only wants is pure emotion. He's not interested in tvuna, in the intellect, in emotion.
Tvuna is from bina, no? It's not chochma.
Yeah, that's not. We're talking moichin in general. It's not chochma bina. It's just like the general concept moichin versus midas.
Or is maybe saying that just that it's not really in the comprehension of whatever it is. It's just everything external. It's kind of evil. In other words, even whatever the chachma bina is not even in the level of bina. Is not really mean to comprehend it. It's just
okay. Yeah. Okay. Even tvuna he doesn't want. Okay. Okay, that brings another dogma. So the etzmarum is also in the concept of the mix of netilas yadayim, that you pour water over your hands. Because the hands of the fingers can be a nika. It says in Kabbalah, because of the betufah, yidon tufah is tziponayim, that the clippers get their the chayes from the tziponayim, from the nails. The betufah, even they're united with the nails. So what are a few sources of the concept that the nikas hachitzayim is prevented by the gilui of the meichin in the midst. Amshachas HaMoichin, how is that Amshachas HaMoichin happen? Two of these three things we mentioned earlier. Torah, Ve'egnos Chasodim, that is Mamshach the Moichin Milmai. The Avoida, the three madrigas Torah, Ve'egnos Chasodim, so it starts with Avoida. Avoida means Allah Milmatal. Avoida is that part of Avodas Hashem, which is Allah Milmatal, the striving to go, to expand, to go up, to jump out of our own spirit, realm and go higher into the spiritual realm. Whereas Chasodim is the opposite. You take whatever you have and give it to the one below you. But Torah, Kava, and Tzoy. Torah is the middle ground, like he's going to explain a little bit. And so these three types of Avodas Hashem that create the Amshach of Meichin Midas. So now he's going to go into a long discussion. First, he's going to talk about avoida, but the kav of avoida. Number one, avoida korbanos. The concept of avoida in our Mishnah, in the Mishnah Pekah always really talks about avoida korbanos. Ine ikra korbanos shchitosim batzof. So the Rebbe says here in the Hora, ikra korbanos kanira korban al korban tomid, because tomid is the ikra korbanos. So shchitosim batzof, which koso that we just learned in Chumash. Shachat ois aleachem mizbech tzafoyna lifnei Hashem. The Kodesh Kadoshim shchitosim batzof, and the Yitzav Mishnah the Perkei des Wochen, like we say in Ezer Mekayman. Kodesh Kadoshim shchitosim batzof. So that's what he starts discussing the Indian of Avodah. Okay, we'll continue. We'll start it again tomorrow. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.